Good day. Welcome to the channel of SA Accounting Network. Remember to subscribe to my channel and like this video as well. In the next video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to set up a company. That would be the second step. The first step was obviously to download and install the program. The second step is to add a company. Third step is going to be to add an employee. So now we're going to be looking at the second step. So once you've downloaded your Vanilla Payroll from the website and you got your activation code from them, you will find that the icon on your desktop will be Vanilla Payroll. So if you double click on it, it will open up this screen over here. So you can see you've got some options over here to open the company, or to open the program, to upgrade, or to exit, or to back up and restore. We will look at that a bit later on. For now, I'm just going to say open. So as soon as you open it, you can see that it gives you an option over here to say add an employer. Would you like to import from Vanilla Payroll 2020? So if you've been working with a payroll program from your previous year, then you will have the option over here to go look for that little data file on your computer, and then automatically imports all the information from one year over to the next year. So then you wouldn't need to sit and recapture all the information of your employees or the companies that you've got on the payroll software. So for now, I'm just going to say no, so I can walk you guys through the step of how to add an employer. So you can see we're just going to say no. So you can see trading name. So there you're going to put in the name of your company. I'm going to put in SA Accounting Network. Let me just type it right. Network. Then you can see pay as you earn number. So that will be the pay as you earn number that you've got from the receiver of revenue. For now, I'm just going to put in choose as it will take that number for now. But obviously you will see that your pay as you earn number is a number that starts with a 7. And that is the number that you need to put in over here. You can see it's got a little tick over there, registered with the Unemployment Insurance Fund. So you can untick it, but then you can see it gives you this error. Please note that it is a statutory requirement for all employers to be registered with the Unemployment Registration Fund. So you can untick it, but it's not wise to do it. It's better to rather keep the ticker on. You can see over here, so I think that's ETI eligible. Remember, that's a special grant from the receiver of revenue, where we can claim certain benefits for people that fall in a certain category. So if you do work with ETI, you would need to make that little tick over there. And then you can see over here the Department of Labour UIF reference number. So just remember that that number is not the same number as the pay as you earn number. It's normally, I think, about 6 digits with a / with 1 digit after that. So you would need to contact your accountant to see if you can get the number from them. You can see trade classification. Over here you need to see what type of industry you're in. So if you're going to say that you're involved with, let's say, personal and household services, you can choose over here. So there's a long list of different things. We're just going to say, let's say personal services. So we're going to choose that trade classification. And then you can see over here, Quota registration number. So if you are registered with Quota or workman compensation, you will put that number in there. I know that their numbers also change, and it's quite a long number that normally starts with a 99. So you need to try and find your workman compensation letter of good standing, and you will be able to find your Quota number on there. You can see here, so SIC codes. So the same thing over here. So a long list of codes over here that you need to select the right one. So you also need to sit and work through this list to see where you will find whatever it is that you're in, the type of business that you're in, and then you would need to select that. Let me just see, select SIC code. So those are the codes that you need to fill in over there. You can see over here it says set up pay frequencies. So with this information over here, you need to tell Vanilla Payroll what type of pay slips will he be doing. Will he be either doing daily pay slips for the guys? Will he be doing weekly pay slips? Will he be doing bi-weekly pay slips? And you can see for every tick that you open, that you click there, it opens up a tab over here where you can set up your weekly employees. So you can say that your week cycle starts on the 1st of March and that you've got 52 payroll cycles for 52 weeks during that financial year. And then you can see over here it gives you the period. So you can actually go and change your setup of your weekly employees. So if you pay your employees maybe every Wednesday, then your setup will run from the Thursday until the Wednesday. If it's a normal week from a Monday to a Friday, you can go set up your periods over there. You can see there's the one for your bi-weekly ones as well. So you've got the same option over there to set them up to say that however you're going to be paying your guys for bi-weekly pay slips. And then there's your monthly pay slips. So that's quite important, especially once you start working with pay slips. or employees, and you want to start adding employees. If you haven't got this set up properly, then you're going to battle to add those employees to say that you want to pay them on a weekly basis. And so that's really important, this setup pay frequencies, to make sure that you tick the right box. So if you're only working with monthly salaries, then you would only have the one ticket selected over there for monthly. If you only work with weekly employees, you will only select that one over there. It just makes it easier once you start working with the program itself. You can see here's the contact information. So all the ones with the stars is compulsory. So you'll see that once we finish setting up the employee, if I don't fill in one of these little things where there's a star next to it, then I won't be able to save the employee. So it's important that there's a minimum. You need to complete these blocks with a star. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to type in some information over here so I can get you past this initial setup screen. Riverside Road, Shook. Postal code, number. You can see over here, there's other information. You can put in email addresses over there, contact person's name, batch payslip email address. So you can put in all that information over there. So you'll see that normally once you start printing payslips, under the employers section on the payslip, this information is going to be right at the top of the payslip itself. So this is where this information comes from. You can see if you belong to pension funds, you can see over here that you've got the option over here to say that if you deduct it based on a percentage, you can put in the percentages there, or if you put it down on a fixed on an amount, you can see over here is the default employee contribution and default employee contribution. You can see you've got all the different options. You've got defined benefit funds, you've got hybrid funds. So that is information that you probably need to get from the guy that helps you with the employee funds. So I'm just going to leave it there at the moment. There's no pension fund. You can see provident fund. You've got the same options over there to say based on percentage, based on amount. So you can set that information up over there. I'm going to once again say no provident fund. Retirement annuities. Over here you can also say no retirement annuity based on percentage or based on amounts. So I know for a lot of companies, it's not everybody that works for them that qualify for these benefits. So there is actually a place, once we start processing payslips, we can put those retirement fund contributions onto the payslip as well. So there's two places. You can either do it as part of your company setup, or otherwise once you start running payslips, you can actually do it over there as well. So just take note that if you do have the details over there, bank details, you can put in the bank details of the company over here. And I almost think that you can use this if you want to do payslip, if you want to do payments as well. That is one of the reasons why you can set up the bank details. You can see over here, you've got the option to set up a company logo. So what will happen then is if you do your payslip, then at the top itself, the company logo will pull through on the payslip. So it's not a must, but it is a nice functionality to have. You can see over here tax paid. You can see so where this comes from is if you start using the payroll program, let's say for instance halfway through the year, then once you start adding employees, you need to put the year-to-date totals in there. So let's say for instance you've got somebody that worked for you for 6 months, and during that 6 months you've already paid over 10,000 rand worth of tax for that person. Then you can go put in over here to say that in March you maybe paid 5,000 rand, in April you paid, let's say 3,000 rand, maybe over there you paid 1,000 rand, and then over there you pay 2,000 rand again. So that information will pull through once you start doing your employee reconciliations. That is where this information is important to set it up before the time. You can see there you've got the STL as well. So if you paid STL during the year, you will put in the STL contributions over here so that it pulls through onto MP501 report. The same with UIF contributions. You would put in all the UIF contributions over there. So that is in a nutshell. So once we've done those contributions, you can say save employer. Then you can see over there is where your employer is then saved onto the database. So the next video that I'm going to do over here is once we're actually going to go into this company, and then we're going to start adding employees. So you can see exactly how that step works. Thanks for watching.